Hello, YouTube and fellow DC Comic fans. I'm Keith One Shot, and this is my dramatic reading series. And today, we will be covering Batman 38, The Origins of Bruce Wayne, from DC Comics. We start this story off with a boy and his butler. As they've just gotten home, they both walk into the kitchen, where they discover that the boy's parents have recently been murdered. Several days later, we see the boy, Matthew, sitting in a chair at his home, talking to his guest, Bruce Wayne. Matthew then tells Bruce, "We just came home." Then Bruce replies, "I'm sorry, Matthew." Then Matthew says, "They were supposed to be waiting." Then Bruce replies, "I know." Then Matthew says, "I'm so alone." Then Bruce tells him, "You're not alone." The butler of the house pours Matthew a drink. Then Matthew says, "Of all people, I know you'd understand. You know, my father always admired you. All those years working on the Wayne board. He loved his job. He loved you. Who doesn't love Bruce Wayne?" The butler asks Matthew, "Cream, Master Bruce." Then Matthew replies, "Thank you, Taylor." Then Matthew sips from his coffee and tells Bruce, "That's a little joke I had with my father. Master Bruce, that used to make him laugh. He'd pretend I was. Oh no, please, you have to tell me. Only you know the pain. Does it go away?" Then Bruce replies, I wish that I could. I do. But I think it's better to have the truth. To know. It's always there. Scratched into you. Matthew starts crying as he hugs his butler and says, "I miss them so much." The butler then pats Matthew's back, then tells him, "Please, Master Bruce, everything will be fine." We then go to the GCPD rooftop, where Jim Gordon is talking to Batman as the bat signal shines bright in the sky. Jim says, "They were there. How did you know?" Then Batman replies, 37 stabs on the mother, 73 on the father. That's how he likes it." Then Gordon says, "I know, but the coroner has it at 28 and 64. Then Batman replies, "The wounds on the neck were difficult. Not much skin left to work with." Then Gordon says, "But you found what you needed." Then Batman replies, "Where were the cuts?" Then Gordon tells him, "The insides of his arm. Caught him doing it on camera." We then see Victor Zsasz inside of his cell at Arkham as he cuts 2 lines into his arm. Later on, we see Batman and Victor Zsasz in the Arkham interrogation room as Batman says, "Zsasz, the new cuts. You've already confessed. Just tell me the rest." Then Victor replies, "I don't like talking." Then Batman says, "You're in for life. 2 more kills won't make a difference. You want to brag? Show how you got out. How thrilled you were to have the knife again. I'm giving you a chance. Tell me. Tell the Batman how you made him a fool." Then Victor smiles and says, "I like cutting." We then see Jim Gordon and Batman talking by the cells as Jim says, "He was here night of the murder." Then Batman replies, "Cameras can be faked." Then Gordon says, "Well, you looked at the feed. Was it faked?" Then Batman replies, "No." Then Commissioner Gordon says, "Maybe somebody did the kills for him. He just took credit." Then Batman replies, "That's not his pattern." Then Gordon says, "Some people break their patterns." Then, as Batman starts walking away, he tells Jim, "I have a bat cave. I drive a Batmobile. I throw a batarang. Some people break their patterns. Some don't." On the tapes, he cut himself with a letter. Where's the letter? We then go to the Batcave, where Batman is looking at an image of the bloody letter on his computer. The letter reads, "Brother, you are hurting. You are sick. But salvation awaits you. You have worked for the devil. Now work for life. For good. For eternity. You are not alone. Jesus himself was tempted by the devil. Even he questioned, 'Do good deeds live on?' But then Jesus said, 'A lie. No. Sin. NED. 4-1. Let go of your lies, your questions, your sins. Seek salvation in Jesus Christ, our Savior." Once he's done reading the letter, Batman tells Alfred, "Anonymous letter, sent to dozens of prisoners. Arkham thought it was junk mail. They passed it on. Thought it might help." Then Alfred replies, "And is it junk mail, sir?" Then Batman says, "No. NED isn't a book of the Bible, so what is it then? It's part of an anadrome. A lie. No. Sin. NED. Backwards. That's Dennis O'Neill A. And the 4-1 citation. An address. And this other quotation, do good deeds live on, also not from the Bible, also an anadrome, do good deeds live on. Backwards it becomes, no evil deeds do, oh God. We then see Batman go to the address and enter the building, where he finds 2 dead bodies with bullet wounds, one laying on the chair, the other on the bed, both covered in blood. Later on, we see Batman at Arkham Asylum, interrogating Victor Zsasz. Batman shows Victor the pictures of the dead bodies. Then Victor says, I don't talk. Then Batman replies, 4114, Dennis O'Neil, the house you grew up in, where your parents lived. Then Victor says, I cut. Then Batman says, whoever did this, they wouldn't have done it if it weren't your parents. If you weren't their son, they'd still be alive. So in that way, you killed them. Then suddenly, Victor flips the table and shouts, I cut! Then Batman punches Zsasz in the face, knocking him down. Then Batman says, yeah! Later on, we see Bruce Wayne go to Matthew's house, as Bruce says to Matthew, Commissioner Gordon said you wanted to see me, Matthew. Then Matthew replies, they said they knew who did it, and now they say they don't. Then Bruce says, I heard. Then Matthew starts crying, as he tells Bruce, what am I? He's still there. He killed my parents. And now, they don't know. What am I? He's still there. He killed my parents. And now, they don't know. I can't rest. I can't. These criminals. Why? Mom and Dad are dead. And what are they? Then Bruce tells Matthew, they're cowards. Suspicious cowards. And they will be brought to justice. I swear. Later on, we go to a crime scene where 2 bodies lay on the ground. Their arms are pointed out, and the floor is covered in blood. Then Jim Gordon tells Batman, another one. Then Batman replies, another 2. Then Gordon says, what do you make of the arms? Then Batman replies, not arms, hands, like a clock. Then Gordon says, right, so what is it, 11:10? Then Batman replies, 11:11, twice, 2-2, 2-2. Then Gordon says, Two-Face then. He got out of Arkham a few weeks back. He framed Zsasz to throw us off, but now we're getting closer, so he embraces it. Then Batman replies, yeah. Later on, we see Bruce Wayne and Selina Kyle laying down in bed. Then, as Bruce leans over and turns on his lamp, he says, it's not Two-Face. 2-2, 2-2. You add that up, and it's 8, which is 2 cubed, 2 to the 3rd. Two-Face wouldn't have a 3 in his equation. This is someone trying to be Two-Face, like they tried to be Zsasz. They're doing it well, but fast, making mistakes. Like the 8, they'll see the mistakes, go again, not stick with 3 couples, make it 4, but because they're faking, compensating, they'll overplay their hand, go to an obvious address, 22 22nd Street, apartment 2, or something. Then, Bruce puts on his robe, and as he leaves his room, he says, I've just got to cross-reference all those addresses, with couples, parents. We then go to apartment 2202, where Batman knocks on the door. Then, as the door opens, we see Matthew's butler, and Batman says, hello, Mr. Taylor. Mr. Taylor quickly turns around and runs away from Batman. Then he crashes through the window. Then Batman catches him with his bat claw and hangs him by his feet. We then see Batman watching Mr. Taylor inside of a lion's den at the Gotham City Zoo. Then Mr. Taylor screams, I'm his guardian now, the trustee of his estate. Now that his parents are dead, I control the money, all of it. It's all mine. The next day, we go to Matthew's house, where Matthew tells Bruce Wayne, he was supposed to take care of me. Who's going to take care of me now? Then Bruce says, I'm looking into several options for you, Matthew. Personally, I won't leave you alone. Please, I know you're scared, but it's okay to be scared. It just means you get a chance to be brave. Then Matthew replies, everyone said you were so nice. All that stuff in the paper, with the girls, you're that. And you're nice too. And now you're here, and you do this? It's so awesome. Thank you, Mr. Wayne. Then Bruce says, I do what I can. I went through this too. There's no need to thank me for anything. Then Matthew replies, yeah, you did it too. Of course. I just hope after all of this, I can be like you, Mr. Wayne. I think that'd be just great. We then go to Wayne Manor, where Bruce and Selina sit down for dinner. Then, as Alfred sets the table, he says, "It's sadly men like that who give us butlers a poor reputation." Then Bruce tells Alfred, "And it's men like that that make me appreciate what I had in you, Alfred." Then Selina says, "You should appreciate him, Bruce. It's hard when you don't have a man who will do anything for you. Fortunately, I no longer have that particular problem." Then suddenly, Bruce stands up, and with a shocked look on his face, he says, I won't do anything. The killing of his parents, blaming it on Zaz, then on Two-Face. It's fundamentally silly. It's almost childish." We then go to the gravesite of Matthew's parents, where we see Matthew scratching out his parents' name and carving in the names of Thomas and Martha Wayne. As Batman arrives at the gravesite, he tells Matthew, "I talked to your man again. I found more lions. He found another story about a boy who loved Bruce Wayne, who wanted to be like Bruce Wayne, who ordered his butler to make him into Bruce Wayne." Then Matthew tells Batman, "You can't understand. When your parents die, that kind of pain, what it does to you, it's always there, scratched into you." We then see the names Thomas and Martha carved into Matthew's face as he tells Batman, "You don't understand, Batman, because you're a part of them, part of the dark. You haven't suffered like me. I was so scared, but it's okay to be scared. Just means you get a chance to be brave." Then Batman gets down on his knee and reaches his hand out. Then he says, "Matthew, you need to come with me. I can help you." Then Matthew readies his knife and shouts, "Don't you know who I am? Master Bruce doesn't need help. I help others. I am inspired by my parents to save everyone." Then Batman says, "Listen, you're sick." Then Matthew slaps Batman and tells him, "You're sick. The freaks are sick. Gotham is sick. Master Bruce is the cure. You don't know anything. When Mommy and Daddy died, I never felt pain like it." Then Batman shouts, "Stop!" Then Matthew says, "My parents died for this city. I watched them die. Oh God, I will never forget it. Ever." Then Batman shouts, "Stop it!" Then Matthew says, "I'm Master Bruce, and I will never stop fighting for the light, for Gotham, for Mommy and Daddy." Then Batman shouts, "Stop it! You're not Bruce Wayne. You're a sick kid with dead parents." Then Matthew says, "Well, yes, but what else is Bruce Wayne?" Later on, we see Bruce Wayne come home, where Selina Kyle is waiting for him. Then he looks down in sadness. We then see Matthew cuffed up, being walked into Arkham Asylum with an evil smile on his face. And that ends today's story. Comic published by DC Comics. All rights, story art, and characters belong to DC Comics and their respective owners, not me. This is Ben, Batman 38, The Origins of Bruce Wayne, from DC Comics. And I'm your host, Keith One Shot. If you like this video, make sure to check out the rest of my Comic Complete dramatic reading series, and support DC Comics by picking up a copy of the trades and single issue comics. Support your local comic book shop, take care, and have a great day. Goodbye!